all went left. And so now if you're Cunanan and you're sitting there thinking about it, you want to make sure you don't overcorrect.
Not a ton of wind, if any, blowing right to left.
I don't envy this young man's position right now, I'll tell you that much.
Dylan's brother Kyle, a kicker for Charlotte. Dylan this year has been terrific. Hit a 54-yarder against Bowling Green. This from 29 to win the game. It is away, and it is no good. We are going to overtime in Akron, Ohio. Unbelievable. Hang on to your hats, folks. OT is next in the Rubber City.
Starting at the opponent's 25-yard line. If it goes to a second overtime, teams again start at the 25-yard line, but must attempt a two-point conversion after a touchdown with no extra points allowed. From the third overtime on, teams alternate two-point conversion attempts from the 3-yard line until the game is decided.
Welcome to Overtime, presented by Cheez-It.
Only fitting that the regular season midweek action finale goes to overtime after 3 missed field goals here in Akron, Ohio. Your overtime rules presented by Cheez-It. Coin toss winner decides offense, defense, or end of field. Each team gets the possession from the opponent 25-yard line. You must attempt a two-point conversion after a touchdown in the second overtime. And if we go to 3 OTs, as you well know if you watched the Texas A&M game last week, it is only two-point conversions from then on.
Yeah, and a lot of teams now are just going for 2 in the first overtime because you know you're going to have to go for it at some point, especially if it's a rebuttal to the first team scoring.
Heads, tails, same coin, tails, heads. You have the choice. Tails is his call. It is tails. You won the toss. Your choice is offense, defense, or end of the field. Defense is your choice. Your choice is end of the field. You want to go that way. All right, Ben. Toledo's won the toss. Looks to play defense. Akron's going for the 25. Let's go, Ben.
I love it. Keep it simple, Billy. Let's go.
We've been following Billy Williams and company around action throughout the month of November.
Great crew. Really great crew.
Joe Moorhead's team gets second life when it looked like they were on the ropes and possibly on the wrong end of back-to-back touchdowns by Toledo. 29-yard field goal to win the game. Toledo cannot connect. And there have been some special teams woes in this game on both sides.
There have been, mostly here in terms of Toledo's missed kicks. And that's the final one. That was the one to win the game. And I just thought that angle was going to be tough. You got a young kid who's probably going to try to overcorrect, and he does. He actually kicks it dead straight. I don't know why Toledo didn't try to score a touchdown, knowing your kicker has already today shown you lack of confidence.
What a play here. Ben Finley connects. Touchdown, Charles Kellum into the end zone on the first play of overtime. Just like they started the game in Akron.
Wow, what a play design. Everyone thinks that that's just going to be a design quarterback run. And Kellum just out of the backfield explodes wide open. Nobody takes the running back. All right. Hold your breath.
Harris
Special teams.
Smith on for the point after. Then puts it right down the middle.
Well, Toledo's got to score first. But I bet you Jason Candle goes for 2.
Wow. Interesting prediction. What a play call, though, here, Dustin. And well executed by Ben Finley.
Yeah, in the back end, everyone was looking at Finley as although he was going to run the ball on the outside because you had lead blockers. out in front. But a great play design. You said it. One play, just like the first play of the game.
That stops a 14-0 Toledo run. Now, how do Jason Candle's Rockets respond? After scoring the final 14 points of regulation and then missing the potential game-winning field goal to avoid overtime from 29 yards out with 2 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Tucker Gleason has been excellent and has manufactured 2 touchdown drives over the last quarter plus. Gleason running right, cuts it back upfield, and is taken down after a gain of 6.
That was like the exact same play call that Akron ran, except they actually ran Gleason.
Cottrell White is down for the Zips. And how tough is Tucker Gleason? If you're just joining us, this is a young man that's dealt with concussions, with lower leg injuries, missed the final 2 series in a loss to Ohio last week, a game in which Toledo was shut out in the second half, taking them out of MAC title appearance contention. And yet here he is the next week, Dustin, as their second leading rusher and 281 yards passing. Good to see Cottrell White get up off the field under his own power.
Yeah, Tucker Gleason far from the problem with this offense.
I would argue he has been the answer in the second half.
No doubt. No doubt. He's played extremely well. He's tough as nails.
Yeah.
This guy.
First year as the starting quarterback for the Toledo Rockets, trying to lead a game-tying drive or potentially game-winning drive for Toledo. Close to a first down for Connor Wallenczak, and maybe a yard short of the line to gain. Third down.
I'd come back with something that allows Gleason to potentially run this football. You know, you said it just a minute ago, Matt. He's been the solution for this offense. I would keep it in his hands here again if you can.
Pressure off the edge. Gleason finds his man underneath. It's Vandeross for a first down and inside the 10.
Nice throw. Takes a little bit of that zip off it to allow it to be a more catchable ball for Vandeross. And now first and goal. And Jason Candle, I guarantee you, is having that angel and devil on his shoulder, thinking about what's he do here.
Wallenczak muscling it inside the 2. Tackle made by Gage Summers. Second and goal. Gleason gives it back to Wallenczak, now pushing him ahead. And he gains 1.
Brian McCoy in there first.
Extra blocker coming in here for Toledo on 3rd and goal from the 1-yard line.
It's a long one. This is where a quarterback sneak would be so vital for teams.
Gleason pulls it out. Looking, running, and is taken down. A tackle for the loss. Paul Lewis, the Cornell transfer, makes the stop.
The Toledo receivers run into each other on a crossing pattern, and it threw off the entire timing of the route. And so Gleason is forced to take off and run because there's no one open. Watch Newton, motion, comes across, and they just bump each other off their routes. So because of that, it disrupts the entire play, and then Gleason has to take a loss.
Toledo uses their lone timeout. 4th and goal.
Matt,
just inside the 5.
When you run a two-man route and your two receivers run into each other,
that's problematic for the quarterback.
Not great execution.
Where are you going here if you're Jason Campbell?
Middle of the field. Something in the middle of the field, because that's been the area that's been open. Our great spotter, Bill Garrity, pointing at the tight end here, Anthony Torres. I don't think that's a bad call, partner.
Does have one touchdown in the game.
He's a big body, great red zone target. Let's see.
And now we're going to get a timeout from Akron. The chess match continues.
Timeout. Akron, their final of the city.
Final regular season of the game for both teams. Jason Candle's club has a bowl game in its future. Akron does not. They're trying to win this game to finish their season on a high note and win back-to-back for the first time all year.
There you see Torres in the huddle. Who's going to be the hero if Toledo can find this end zone? I mean, the way this game has played out, I wouldn't be surprised if Gleason somehow finds a way just to escape and take it himself. But there's Torres, 88.
For the game.
We know everyone's looking at the top. You got Newton, and now in motion's Vander Ross. Man coverage.
Pressure.